Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be making my predictions for the 2019 edition of Money in the Bank. A card that looks very good on paper with two ladder matches that always seem to be a fun time. A dream match in AJ Styles taking on Seth Rollins for the Universal title for the first time in WWE. Kofi Kingston's first pay-per-view title defense. And another chapter to the Becky vs. Charlotte saga, which the matches have always been very good. So now I'll get into my predictions for the 2019 edition of Money in the Bank. First we'll start things off on the pre-show, which will see the Usos taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions of Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Now this match doesn't seem to be for the titles. Some websites have it for the belts and others don't. I don't think it really matters here because no matter what, I think Daniel Bryan and Rowan are going to be walking out with the win here. With Daniel Bryan currently transitioning from the World title team to the Tag Team title team, now tagging with Rowan, I feel like a win here will do wonders for them. And with Daniel Bryan making his intentions known to everyone that he wants the SmackDown Tag Team title to main event WrestleMania this year, I feel like he'll be holding on to these belts with Rowan for a very, very long time, putting on some of the best tag team matches we've seen in a while in WWE. Now on to the main card. And we'll start things off with Becky Lynch defending her Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans. I feel if you have to pick Becky Lynch to win one match on this card, I feel like the Raw Women's Championship is the one to pick. With Lacey Evans being new on the main roster, I don't see her winning the Raw Women's Championship here, especially with the role Becky's been on ever since SummerSlam. I can see Becky getting the win here, and then Lacey Evans coming up with some wacky ass excuse on why she lost, and then she'll be probably prancing around the ring for another month and then get a title shot next time at the next pay-per-view. And I feel no matter where this match is placed in the card, there will not be a cash-in attempt. Now on to our next match. And that'll be for the WWE United States Championship, where Samoa Joe will be defending against Rey Mysterio. Now I can pretty much guarantee that this match will go longer than the WrestleMania match, but I feel like it will have the same result, with Rey Mysterio getting choked out by Samoa Joe and Joe retaining the US Championship. With Joe just getting switched over to Raw in the Superstar Shakeup with the US Championship, I feel a win here will do wonders for the title and him, and he'll help build the United States Championship back up to where it's not looked at as a joke anymore, and this will thus continue for months with Joe just choking people out left and right, looking more and more like a badass every time. So now on to the third match of the main card, and that'll be a steel cage match where we'll see The Miz taking on Shane McMahon. My pick to win here is The Miz, with The Miz beating the hell out of Shane and doing the suplex at WrestleMania, and then Shane landing on top of him and getting the dumb luck win. I feel like The Miz gets his win back here and beats Shane McMahon inside the steel cage. I could definitely see some of Shane McMahon's goons helping him out, trying to help him win here, such as Bobby Lashley or Elias, depending on where this match is placed in the card. And I feel like no matter what the outcome is here, this will lead to the inevitable third match where Shane takes on The Miz, potentially for that trophy. So now on to match 5 of the overall card, and it will be for the Cruiserweight Championship, where Tony Nese will be defending his title against Arya Daivari. I feel with Tony Nese just winning the Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania, he'll hold on to it here and beat Daivari. It seems when the new Cruiserweight Champion gets crowned, they hold on to the belt for multiple months and don't do quick title switches, and I think that trend will continue with Tony Nese retaining that Cruiserweight Championship in this match. So now on to match number 6, and that match will feature Kofi Kingston defending his WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. As much as I'd like to see Kevin Owens walk out as the WWE Champion, with this being Kofi's first title defense on pay-per-view, I think Kofi gets the win here and keeps the WWE Championship. I definitely feel like we'll see some involvement from the New Day here, whether that's just Xavier Woods or maybe some help from returning Big E here. And I feel we'll have this match again in Saudi Arabia in about 2 or 3 weeks, I think it is. And this will be Kevin Owens' second and probably last attempt at the title for a long enough time. So now on to match number 7. And that'll be Roman Reigns taking on Elias. I feel like Elias will get the win here with some help from outside forces, whether that be Shane McMahon or Bobby Lashley, to get a roll up on Roman Reigns and get the win here. I feel like Roman Reigns is on a collision course, as weird as this sounds, to have a match against Shane McMahon. And I think a loss to Elias will let's add fuel to that fire and will more than likely lead to that match probably at a SummerSlam. So just keep Roman Reigns away from the WWE title for a long enough time to where Kofi can get some steam, and then maybe if the Big E turn happens, and then Roman's in that mix in the foreseeable future, and then Elias will keep walking around saying he beat Roman Reigns. Now on to our first of 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. And this one will be the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And this match features Finn Balor, Andrade, Ali, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Ricochet. This match should be one of the better Money in the Bank ladder matches. With just think of the stuff that Ricochet and Ali can do with those ladders. Then you throw in Andrade and Finn Balor, and now it's Sami Zayn just being added this Monday. Those 5 guys can do some crazy things and can put on one of the better spectacle ladder matches we've seen in a while. Plus you throw Randy Orton in there, who could do some crazy crazy RKO out of nowhere spot. We know that's coming. McIntyre could hit a Claymore kick out of nowhere, and then Baron Corbin could just be there. So the chances for the Raw guys, I don't think are very good. I feel like Zayn, Corbin, and McIntyre all are going to probably have to deal with Braun Strowman in this match, so take those three out. And I feel with Ricochet climbing up the ladder on Tuesday on SmackDown and grabbing that briefcase, he's not going to be walking away with it. Now onto the SmackDown guys. Randy Orton is a multiple-time world champion and is the only winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match in this one, and I feel like doesn't need the briefcase to get a chance at the world title, so I don't think he'll get the win here. Now on to Finn Balor. Finn Balor is the Intercontinental Champion, and I don't think will win the Money in the Bank ladder match. I feel with the Intercontinental title, that should be his main focus, and doesn't need the briefcase to just weigh that down to where he can say, oh, I'm going to be a double champion. Just have Finn focus on that IC title and bring it out of the doldrums that it's been in, and make that the working man's title again. So I don't think Finn Balor will be walking out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. So this leaves me with two people who I think have the best chances of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match here and walking out with that briefcase. With Ali, he's going for something that he lost because he probably would have been in that Kofi spot heading into WrestleMania, and he still hasn't had a chance at the WWE Championship, even though he pinned the champion at the time, Daniel Bryan. And Andrade. Andrade's been on that cusp of breaking through and being one of the top stars on SmackDown for a while, and I think a Money in the Bank ladder match win could do that for him. So between Ali and Andrade, my pick to win the 2019 men's edition of the Money in the Bank ladder match will be Andrade. With Andrade being moved back to SmackDown after initially being moved on to Raw in the Superstar Shakeup, at what's rumored to be the request of Fox, who want to push Spanish-speaking wrestlers on their Deportes channels, and they felt without Rey Mysterio they needed one, and WWE felt so strongly in Andrade. I feel a Money in the Bank ladder match win with him walking around with that briefcase can make him feel like a huge star, and with that Fox push eventually coming in October, him just potentially just having that briefcase with him almost being a champion pretty much, because we know the success rate of the briefcase is very high, and I feel like Andrade is the best bet to walk out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now on to match number 9 of the evening, and that'll be for the Universal title and will feature Seth Rollins defending his title against AJ Styles. My pick to win here is Seth Rollins. Now, we all have very high hopes for this match, and judging by the track record of the two superstars in this match, it will more than likely deliver. Seth Rollins has been on a tear for his run to the crown and Universal Championship, with putting on great matches left and right, and AJ Styles almost never has a bad match. So these two together should make some magic in the ring here, and I think with Rollins just slaying the beast of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, he keeps the Universal Championship here, and this could potentially lead to an AJ Styles heel turn to where he's mad about how he lost to Rollins. And this will lead to a second match, more than likely at Super Showdown, where if this heel turn does happen, we'll have a different match of AJ and Rollins, but I feel like we'd have the same result, because I feel like Rollins is definitely going to be holding on to this Universal title for a very, very long time. So now on to the second Money in the Bank ladder match. And this will be the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and this will feature Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, and Carmella. On the Raw side, we have Natalya, Naomi, Dana Brooke, and Alexa Bliss. I feel like none of these four are going to walk out with the briefcase. If you had to pick one on the Raw side who has the best chance, I feel like you go with Alexa Bliss. Even though she won this match last year, I feel like her new partnership with Nikki Cross could lead to something here, to where she could walk out with the briefcase, but I feel like if you have to choose which of the belts Becky's going to lose, it would be the SmackDown one. So that's why I don't think any of the Raw women have a chance of walking out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now on the SmackDown side, we have Carmella and Mandy Rose, who I don't think Carmella has a chance of winning. She's won this match in the past, but she's kind of been nothing during this whole build, and I don't think she'll grab the briefcase. And I feel like Mandy Rose won't win because she can then have a little infighting with Sonya Deville, to where Sonya could be like, you wasted our opportunity and didn't win the briefcase. To where this more than likely finally leads to the breakup of the team that they said was unbreakable on Tuesday. And now on to the two top choices I think to win this match, and that's between Bayley and Ember Moon. The reason I think Ember Moon can win here is, as we've seen in the past in NXT, just like Bayley, she had a great run with the title and put on great matches, and has kind of been wasted on the main roster. She got injured for a while and returned at WrestleMania this year. It was in the Women's Battle Royal. And another reason I think Ember Moon could win is for the cool cash-in that I thought of, to where, let's say in the main event, whoever wins the SmackDown Women's title goes to celebrate with the ref. She's just about to raise her hand, and all of a sudden, boom, an eclipse out of nowhere nowhere, and that leads to a cash-in, and Ember Moon wins the SmackDown Women's Championship here. I think that'd look cool and all, but she's not my pick to win this match. My pick to win here is Bayley. I feel like with the little run Bayley was on where she took on Charlotte and just came up short beating her, and then had a match against Becky to where she had a decent match, but it ended in a DQ, I think. I feel like she has a built-in storyline with whoever walks out with the SmackDown Women's Championship between Becky and Charlotte. And I think a cash-in from Bayley, let's say with whoever wins in the main event, coming out of nowhere, could add a new character foil into Bayley and revitalize her characters where people will care more and more. And this could get Bayley back on track, even after the debauchery of booking that's happened to her in her years on the main roster. So now on to her main event of the evening, and that'll be for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it'll be another chapter in the Becky vs. Charlotte saga, where we'll see Becky Lynch defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. Now I could see a cash-in attempt here in the match, triple threat Seth Rollins style here from Bayley, to where she then pins Charlotte, and then that's where the program branches off to on SmackDown. But if I have to pick a winner for this match straight up, my pick to win here is Becky Lynch to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. I feel with Becky winning here, this will just end the Charlotte feud for a good amount of time, which we all kind of need a break from, considering this feels like it happens every other month. And with Becky getting the win here, she keeps the whole Becky 2 belt, as I think she'll keep the Raw Women's Championship, as I mentioned earlier in this video. And I feel like whoever ends up with one of the briefcases, whether it be on SmackDown or Raw, will be the ones who take one of the belts off of her. And I feel like this Becky-Charlotte match will be one of the better matches on the show, and this could be the period on the rivalry for now, or the end of the chapter it will be. So that'll do it for my 2019 edition of Money in the Bank predictions. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing on this channel and want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.